before. Right, I think this is everything we need.
Oh, this is so civilised. Real coffee, fresh bread, sunshine.
Max and Susanna.
Oh, I must admit I won't be sorry to see them go. Perhaps not as pleased as you will be.
Oh, Mum, I told you. It's okay, really. Though somehow I don't suppose this is the last I've heard from Max about wanting Thomas and Alice back.
What do you want me to do, Suzanne? Just let Patricia have her own way over Thomas and Alice? If it was Matthew or Emily, you wouldn't like the idea of handing them over to some stranger for the rest of their lives.
No, of course I wouldn't, but they're not like Alice.
It's not her fault she was born with Downs, for God's sake. Why punish her? I can't believe you're being so selfish about this.
No, you're the one who's being selfish by expecting me to look after her. And it would be me bringing her up. You're always working late.
Oh, see, so it's my fault now, is it? Because of my career? May I remind you that you wouldn't even have a job if it wasn't for me putting so much time into the restaurant in the first place to make it successful. Yes, that's right. The truth hurts, doesn't it?
Max, this isn't about scoring points off each other, for heaven's sake. I'm trying to be honest with you about this. I've always been honest about this. Remember when you asked me what I'd do if I was in Patricia's place? If I were pregnant and the baby were handicapped? I told you then I wouldn't go through with the pregnancy. Alice is one of the reasons you and Patricia split up. You told me so yourself because you couldn't give her the attention she needs. I don't want that to happen to us.
This is different.
Sorry. Your taxi's here.
Yes, right.
You better say goodbye to the children. They're in the studio.
All right.
Come on, Max. The flight leaves in a couple of hours. If you don't get in this taxi with me, you may as well not come home at all, at least not to me and Matthew and Emily, because we'll be out of your life. It's up to you.
What are you doing?
Taking the rest of my stuff.
To Jill's?
No. I'm going, leaving, like you wanted.
Going where?
Does it matter?
Georgia.
Here, you can have that back.
Keep it out. Look, I want you to keep it.
I don't want it.
George, come on, don't be like this.
Oh, sorry. How selfish of me being upset because you want me to leave. Tut tut, Georgia.
I don't want you to leave. You have to leave. George, I can't stand this anymore. I can't risk Mum and Dad finding out. Right, look, what if Dad had walked in earlier the other day and we were arguing? What if he'd heard something? It's bad enough the Farnhams know. What if they suddenly decide to tell Mum and Dad? George, this is cracking me up.
There's no need to take it out on me.
Well, who else am I going to take it out on? I've got no one else to talk to. George, we can't take this risk anymore. You know that.
Okay. Come with me then. We'll get a flat together. Mum and Dad can't walk in on us then, can they?
George, please, look, I can't live like this anymore.
You've said that before, Nat. You keep saying it. And then you come chasing after me. It was you who came running after me to the Cotswolds. It was you who came to see me when I was babysitting at the Farnhams after you'd said we couldn't see each other anymore. I'm just making the effort now to save you the trouble of coming after me again.
No, I mean it this time.
No, you don't. You're forgetting how well I know you, Nat.
Georgia, I just said I mean it!
What's up?
Nothing. What are you doing here?
It's lunchtime. Are you coming back home? No. I'm going. Leaving, moving away for good. Why? Ask your brother.
Right, here we are. See that, son? All done with my own pair of hands. Chose all the colours and everything myself. Cracker, isn't it?
Yeah, it's sound, yeah. It's a lot bigger than the old place, like, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. It's our own little palace. Isn't it, love?
Yeah.
Any chance of a bit of dinner, kid? I'm starving here.
Well, you know where the bread bin is. I haven't even got myself properly through the door after our luxury holiday.
Yeah, well, it's...
Well, yeah, I'll tell you what. I'll make the dinner, eh? Do you want some more?
No, thanks. It'll have to be butties.
Right.
Hey. You can play lord and master if you want, trying to impress him, but don't expect me to go along with this.
I'm only trying to give the lad a good impression of us, aren't I?
And does that include telling him about the past, eh? The drugs and everything?
Yeah, well, I'll tell him in my own good time, you know.
And it better be in the past, Jimmy, because I know you. You're up to something.
I'm not. I was only helping the lad out, I told you, didn't I? And what's wrong with that? He is our son, isn't he?
Hey, Dad. My man is all right about me staying here, isn't she?
Of course she is, yeah. She's just, you know, a bit tired after the journey, that's all.
Now, you go upstairs and get yourself cleaned up. Mr. Crosby looks exhausted. I expect it's that jet lag, eh, Dave?
Well, actually, Julia, I came back in the van.
I know. So, how's your Pat coping? Is she all right?
Oh, yes, she's fine, thank you.
Ah, you don't have to worry about anything, Dave. I haven't breathed a word to anyone about it. I can't keep a secret when I put my mind to it. If there's anything I can do to help you, Dave, you know I'm there if you need me, don't you? You know, if you want a little chat or anything.
Thank you, Julia. I appreciate that, but, I'm sure everything's going to be all right.
Of course it will, love. As my mum used to say, God's good.
Mum! I've just had a phone call from the hospital in Liverpool, and they say they want to see me as soon as possible.
Your results aren't due yet, are they?
I know. It's malignant. It must be.
You don't know that
Mum,
yet.
they said they wanted to see me straight away. They would never say that unless it was bad news.
No. They may simply need to do some more tests. Now, come on. I'll organise the flight. You go and pack, and Eric can look after the children.
He can't. He's on his way to Nice.
Then they'll simply have to stay at school a little bit longer until he gets back, won't they? Oh, and I'll sort everything out. Remember what your father always says? Where there's life, there's hope.
Yeah, I got through it before. I can get through it again. Mum, I don't want it to come back. Please make it go away.
Mum, is it all right if I have a shower, yeah?
Yeah. There's a clean towel in your room. What else have you been filling his head with, eh? You own a chain of shops, you've got a Mercedes, you're the Lord Mayor of Liverpool.
Look, we want to welcome home the prodigal son, don't we? I'll get it.
I'm warning you, Jimmy. Just don't push your luck with me.
Hiya, Dad.
babe.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Good. So, did you find him?
I did, love, yeah.
Oh, hi, is he?
See for yourself.
He's here.
Jimmy! Visitor for your son.
Right.
Hiya, Jake. Come here. Oh, it's great to see you. God, I don't believe it. Look at your hair skinnered or what, eh?
Right, I'm off to see Sinbad. Leave you two to catch up on all the gossip, eh?
See you later, Dad.
See you there.
Oh, but Jay, it's great to see you again.
Yeah, you too, kiddo.
So, you're going to give me all the gossip then and don't be leaving out any juicy bits.
Hello? Jean, hello. Everything all right? Why, what's wrong? Oh, really? Yes, of course. Well, I'll meet you at the hospital. Sorry? Yes. Yes, of course, I understand. Right, well, I'll see you soon then. Bye, Jean.
Oh, hello, David. Oh, what a journey.
Where's Max? Ah, David. Max, look, I've just had a phone call from Jean. Oh, she won't. Well, she's just about to leave for the airport with Patricia. They have to come back to Liverpool.
Why?
Well, apparently the hospital want to see Patricia right away. That's all I know at the moment. I'm going to meet them at this end.
Right, come on, we'll go and make
No. They won't be here for hours yet. And, anyway, I'm afraid that Patricia doesn't want you there.
What do you mean she doesn't want me there? Of course she wants me there. I'm her husband.
Max, don't be so arrogant. If Patricia doesn't want you there, then you shouldn't go.
I've got to. What about my children? They may not matter to you, but they do to me.
Come on, darling. If the auto route's clear, we should just make the plane. You've forgotten something?
No. I was just wondering. I may never see this place again.
You'll be back. Come on, or we will miss the plane.
Right. I'll be off then.
Yeah. I'm going to be off to uni. You take care, eh?
Aren't you going to say goodbye properly?
Bye, George.
God, it's really great to have you home again, Jay, even if you haven't been in touch for years.
Right, I'm just nipping the shops, get something in for tea. You stopping for tea, Linz?
I think Mike's doing ours tonight, Mum, thanks.
Right. I'll, see you later then.
See ya.
Ta-ra, Mum. So who's this Mike then?
After all the fuss with Gary, we've been seeing each other for a while. You'd really like him, Jay. He's dead good with our Kylie.
Yeah? So am I going to get to see my little niece then, over?
Of course you are. Oh, God. I should be picking her up from nursery. I've been that busy, Gavin. Right, I'm afraid I'm going to have to go. Jay, do you fancy coming with me?
No. I'll pop round later, right?
It's okay.
I've got to have a shower.
See ya.
See you now. See you, kiddo. Linz, I can explain it.
Don't come anywhere near me. Is that heroin?
Yeah, but I can explain it. No, it's not what you think.
Me and Mike ended up in prison in Thailand because of that stuff. Mike could have got the death penalty. And it's you bringing it through customs with me mum and dad with you. What if you'd have been caught, Jay? How could you do that to me mum and dad?
Lindsay, please, listen.
Do you know, you could have got a life sentence with all that stuff on you. Wait a minute. Are you some sort of dealer?
No, of course I'm not. All right, look, Linz, I'll be straight with you, right? I used to have a habit, okay? But I'm over it now, yeah? I've done it. I've cleaned it out. I couldn't get shut to the hospital in time, so I had to bring it through with me, yeah? But I don't do it no more. Honest. I was going to flush it down the bog as soon as I got here. I just haven't had a chance yet, that's all.
How do I know you're telling the truth?
Well, yeah, then. Take it.
Don't bring that muck anywhere near me!
Lindsay, please. Look, honestly, I don't take it no more. Honest, I'm clean. You're not going to tell me mum and dad about this, are you?
I don't know what I'm going to do. But I know one thing. I don't want a smackhead for a brother.
Patsy, my darling, I'm sorry. He insisted on coming.
sorry, Patricia, I had to.
I don't want you here, Max.
Please, I just want to talk to you just for a minute.
Max, I think she's upset enough.
Please.
It's okay, Dad. Why don't you and Mum go and tell them I'm here. I'll be fine.
All right.
Look, I know you don't want me here, but I had to come.
Why? To convince me to let you have the children if I...
No. Well...
You really pick your moments, don't you, Max? I'm about to find out whether I'm going to live or die. But don't let me stop you sorting your life out. Don't mind me.
I'm really sorry. I just want you to know how much I care for Thomas and Alice, and how much I want them with me if something does happen to you.
And what does Susanna think about you wanting that?
Well, obviously, she's still getting used to the idea.
Max, I know Susanna doesn't want them. Because of Alice, because they're mine. And please don't try and pretend otherwise, because I overheard what she was saying to you this morning.
Look, I admit that she is finding it hard to accept the idea. That is true. But if she doesn't want them, then I'd rather lose Susanna than Thomas and Alice.
Max, then you'd lose Matthew and Emily. And I know you. As soon as Susanna had left, you'd want her back again, because that's what you're like. And there's no way you could cope with looking after Thomas and Alice on your own.
No, I could. I know I could.
I want to believe you, Max. Really, I do. I can't. They're ready for you, Patricia. Sorry, Nat. I tried to leave. I really tried. I just couldn't do it. I didn't want it to end. You couldn't even look at me.
I didn't want to say goodbye to you.
This could be the last time we ever see each other, Nat. I know that it's over between us. I didn't want it to end this way.
Neither did I. You know?
I know.
You've been waiting for me all this time.
Didn't think you'd be so long. You always were late, weren't you?
Me? You always kept me waiting. By the time I got my own back.
You're such a liar, Simpson. When did I ever keep you waiting?
Oh, okay. All right, what about that time we both skived off school together? You kept me waiting for 2 hours by the bike sheds.
You were early.
You were late. It was freezing. It was snowing. I couldn't feel my feet.
Drama queen. Anyway, you're thinking of that time we went to Brighton. We were waiting at Lime Street Station.
Yeah, you were late then.
Only by 10 minutes.
Oh, and the rest?
Anyway, didn't quite make it to Brighton, did we?
No, we ended up in that pub in Runcorn. Yeah, and that guy kept chatting you up.
Oh, yeah. Played in a band. And you sulked all the way to Formby because you were jealous.
Wasn't. Wasn't. Just a bit.
Anyway.
Yeah.
All in the past.
Oh, she's been in there for ages. I keep trying to tell myself it might be a good sign and they could be telling of all the different treatments she could have, the success rates.
Jean, if the news is bad, would you mind if I came over to France? I mean, if she hasn't got very long left, I'd just like to be there for her.
Of course I wouldn't mind.
Where's Patricia? Is she right?
She's still in with the consultant.
Trish, what did they say? Oh, for God's sake, come on, tell me.
Max, I've already told you I don't want you involved in my life. Doesn't matter if I'm going to live for 5 years or 5 weeks. I still don't want you and Susanna taking any responsibility for Thomas and Alice, and you're knowing what the consultant said isn't going to change that.
You can't do this to me. You've got to tell me.
Max, I haven't got to tell you anything.
Patricia! Patricia! Patricia!
Leave her, Max. She does not have to tell you. It's her decision.
Max, what's happening? How's Patricia?
She won't tell me.
What?
She doesn't want me to know. She says it doesn't make any difference. How could she do this to me?
She's trying to destroy me. Cut me off from the children, from her, from everything.
Calm down, Max.
Calm down? How do you expect me to be calm when she's doing this to me?
Slow down.
It's all your fault. Do you realise that?
My fault.
If you were willing to have Thomas and Alice live with us, then Patricia wouldn't be doing this. She knew that you didn't want them. She's only stopping me from having the children because of you.
Don't be ridiculous, Max. Whether I want the children or not is nothing to do with it. Patricia doesn't want you to have Thomas and Alice because she knows you're trying to win some sort of a competition over her. Anyway, you only want the children now because you're jealous Patricia's found someone else. How do you think that makes me feel?
I am not jealous. Don't be so... You know, I can't believe you just said that. You can be so selfish sometimes. I am losing my children, and that's all you can think about, yourself.
Nat?
Danny?
Danny!
Danny! Danny, wait!
Max, for heaven's sake, slow down!
Do you know how to drive?
Danny! Danny, come back, please!
Why do you always interfere?
I didn't see him. He just ran out from nowhere. I mean, I didn't even see him.
Oh, Max, quick, call an ambulance.
Nat! Call an ambulance!
Nat? What's happened?
Oh, my God. Dan.
You can catch up with this week's events in Brookside in not one but 2 omnibus editions. Tomorrow at 5:05 and on Sunday at 4 o'clock.
Where is he?
He's through there.
Dad's with him.
He's been unconscious since it happened, but
Will there be any permanent damage?
they're pretty confident.
Dan?
What have we done to him, Nat?
He's all right, they've told us that. It's just going to be a while before he comes to.
It's all our fault. He saw us.
Georgia, listen. Mum and Dad are going to want to know what's happened. We've got to come up with a story together and fast.
I'm not telling any more lies.
The operation's over. Dan's in the clear. We stick to what we said. We don't know what happened.
What's the point in lying? When Danny wakes up, he's going to tell him exactly what he saw. His brother and sister in bed together.
Not if we get to him first. Look, we've got to stay here so we can talk to him when he wakes up before anyone else does.
So where is this governor's election meeting then?
Tomorrow. Don't know if I'm doing the right thing, you know, son. I mean, can you see me as a school governor?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm up against Holly Simpson and Max Farnham's missus. I mean, they've been to college, they're educated, they talk posh, they can make themselves sound important.
Oh, so what? You're as good as them any day.
Not when he talks like he's off news at 10 and she'll probably come over like Virginia Bottom. I mean, people like that sort of thing, don't they?
No, they don't, you know.
Oh, maybe you're right. It's just that I get that nervous, you know, get up there making a speech.
Well, what are you worried about? You got a big enough car, haven't you?
All right, Bev, changing the ball by you.
So Ron's finally driven you up the pole, eh?
This is serious. I'm not having Max Farnham send another kid to hospital.
You what?
Haven't you heard? He ran Danny Simpson over last night. Poor mate.
You never.
I'm not joking. My Ron hasn't slept a wink, you know. He's brought it all back to him.
What happened?
Apparently Max Farnham was driving like a madman and just smashed into the kid.
Is he going to be all right?
All I know is what his brother told me last night. He's still in a coma.
He's a smart kid, that Danny, and all.
Or was. I mean, he could be brain damaged for all we know. Max Farnham should be had up for that. And I put that sign up there to remind him how to drive. I mean, I'm not having my Josh's life put at risk by some idiot who fancies himself as a racing car driver. He needs to be told.
Is this directed at me?
You treat this close as your own personal racetrack.
Don't be ridiculous.
Inside, Max.
Bev, did you actually see the accident?
No, but I heard the screecher brakes. That was enough for me.
I am not having her slandering me.
And I'm not having you arguing with her in public.
Maybe you can take that down until you get the full facts, you know.
No way. Well, he's still got a driving licence. That stays put.
Just ignore her and a stupid sign.
I feel so terrible.
But it wasn't your fault. If anybody's, it was mine. That stupid row in the car. You were upset about the children. And all this ridiculous business over Patricia's test results.
That poor boy.
I know. I saw his face just before you hit him. He looked as if he'd seen a ghost.
And then Nat and Georgia coming out half-dressed. Same guilty expressions on their faces as I saw when I caught them at it in the Cotswolds. I mean, I could have killed him. What if it was one of my own children? I really should be at the hospital.
I'll come with you.
Thanks.
Under the circumstances, do you think I should pull out of this parent-governor election?
No. We haven't given Matthew's problems a single thought this week.
Well, it's just that I'm a bit nervous, that's all.
You'll be fine. Wonder if Nat and George will be there.
If they are, I don't think you should say anything.
Not for the moment, perhaps. But if there is one suggestion that I'll be prosecuted over this accident, then I won't hesitate to tell the truth.
Littens, you can't search your own brother's room, you know.
I'm worried, Mike.
Well, it mightn't be drugs.
Who told me it was?
It might be something else.
Like what?
Well, I don't know. He might just be showing off, maybe.
I know it wasn't.
Well, if it is drugs, he must be off his cake. Why do you reckon he get involved in that stuff?
I don't know, Mike, but I can't stand this. There's my dad, and now my own brother.
smack Gary planted on us.
What do we do? Do we get rid of it?
No, I reckon you just tell your dad, let him sort it.
Do you reckon RJ was going to sell this?
Look, I don't know, Linz, but, you know, if you don't want to get involved in this, just tell your dad, will you?
He was so pleased at having us all together again. This'll destroy him. And me mum.
Look, Linz, this is serious. You've got to tell him.
I just can't understand why he ran out. And had you upset him? I know what you like, or was teasing him, taking the mickey.
I didn't even know he was home from school.
What about you, George?
I was upstairs in the bedroom.
No, she didn't see anything.
Oh, we've got to get to the bottom of it. It's not like Danny at all.
He opened his eyes for a moment.
Was he talking yet?
No, not yet, but it's a sign he's beginning to wake up.
Georgia, we've got to get to him before he wakes up properly.
How can we? Mum and Dad are going to be here as well. He's going to tell them before we can say anything.
All right, Jack.
Oh, look who's here. Crossing over.
Yeah, give it a rest, eh? I was just wondering, did you see any lorries parked outside my place this morning before I opened up?
No, I didn't see anything wrong.
I'm just expecting a delivery, you know.
I will.
So, how was your trip to France?
Oh, well, Provence was lovely, you know. Didn't expect to bring our little Jimmy back. Jimmy's treating him like the prodigal son.
Yeah.
Oh, hi, Val.
She still won't talk to me, you know, Jack.
Oh, women don't like two-timers, then?
It wasn't like that.
Wasn't it?
No. If I could turn the clock back, I just want her back. I don't know what to do about it.
Well, you could always try a bit of grovelling, I suppose.
I'm serious, Jack. I was lucky your Val even looked at me in the first place and I blew it.
You won't mess her around again?
No, I promise.
Well, I can try talking to her if you like.
Would you?
Well, I don't know if it'll do any good, then. I mean, it's you that needs to convince her, isn't it? Give her another try. She's only over there.
Local businessman with a strong commitment to the Manor Park area. Ex-coach in boxing and football.
So what do you think?
School governor, eh? A long way from iron-pumping bodybuilding fanatic.
Yeah, well, I hope it's a bit more use than all that.
Well, good luck tomorrow. If I had a kid in school, I'd vote for you.
Cheers, Will.
All right, guys.
Cheers, Mick. These on wheels calls.
Val, you've not finished your drink.
I've really blown it with there, haven't I?
I'll see you weren't warned, mate.
I could kick myself.
Well, you'd have to put it down to experience. Find someone else.
I don't want someone else. I want her.
Why don't you give him another chance, Val?
After what he did to me.
But you thought the world of him before all that with that fee one.
Oh, look, I'm not like you. You've taken Jimmy back more times than I can remember. I don't want to end up like that.
Yeah, well, I've made mistakes with Jimmy, I admit that, but... Well, Sinbad's different, isn't he? I mean, he's a real decent fella, isn't he?
He made a mug of me.
He made a big mistake, that's all. I mean, come on, Val. He thought the world of you. He couldn't believe his luck when he found you. Now he's feeling really bad.
Well, I should think so.
And he made you happy, didn't he? Before you found out about the other one.
You know he did.
Oh, well, go for it, Val. Come on, life's too short.
I don't want him to... Oh, I don't know. I don't want him sidling up to me in the pizza parlour and us just drifting back together. I want something bigger than that. A real gesture. Something he won't go back on.
Leave it to me, then.
Why? What are you going to say?
Leave it to your big sis.
All right, Jim. Hey, listen, them fridges still haven't arrived yet, you know. Have you got a number I can ring just to G them up a little bit?
I haven't, no. Look, Sin, I've got a bit of a confession to make.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. There aren't any fridges.
I hope you're kidding, Jimmy, because I gave you a 1,200 quid deposit.
Look, Sin, I didn't want to con you.
Oh, no, you didn't want to. You just couldn't help yourself.
No, I'm dead sorry, mate.
Look, I want that money back, Jimmy. Now!
Well, I'm sorry I can't do that, Sin. It's gone.
Gone? And what? Living up in the south of France?
No, it wasn't like that. I didn't spend it on that. It was for our little Jimmy. He was in trouble.
What trouble?
Sin, He got himself into bother, gambling debts and that. He was desperate.
Yeah, so you conned me to pay off his debts?
No, I didn't want to do it, but I had no choice, mate. I don't earn that sort of money working for McJohno.
Oh, and I'm loaded, am I?
No, Sin, listen, will you? Look, our Jimmy, he was scared. These fellas who were after him, they were hard cases. They would have done anything to get their cash back. They could have put him in hospital, anything.
And is he all right, is he?
Yeah, he's fine, thanks to you.
Yeah, well, I'm glad your lad's okay, Jimmy. But it doesn't mean you can con me. I want my money back.
Yeah, and you will get it. Just give us a bit of time, that's all, Sin. Look, you're me mate, and I hated lying to you, but I was desperate. Honest, I was desperate.
This is the last time I have anything to do with you and money. Do you understand?
Yeah. Look, Sin, you'll get it back, I'm telling you, I promise. Every last penny, mate, you'll get it back.
I'm really very sorry.
How is he now?
Well, he's still semi-conscious. I'm not talking yet, but he opened his eyes earlier. Yeah, the doctors are very confident. But we're still not really sure what happened. I mean, did Danny run out into the road, or was he already outside? Well, I mean, Nat and Georgia were in, but, well, they didn't see anything.
But it all happened so quickly, didn't it, Max?
Yeah, he seemed to come out from behind the bushes. He just came straight out in front of us.
Right. Well, better get back inside.
Will you give him this while he wakes up and give our best regards to Belle?
Thanks, Susanna.
And if there's anything we can do. That's...
I just want to say thanks for not saying anything to Mum and Dad.
Now, I told you that I didn't want to have anything to do with you and your relationship. Somehow we always seem to get involved, don't we? I should have told your parents the moment we came back from the Cotswolds, and if your little brother wasn't so sick, I would tell them this minute. So why don't you just sort it out?
Please, we can't.
If you don't tell them the minute that Daniel gets better, then I'll make sure that I do. And that's a promise.
Girls at the top up, eh? Go ahead, boys. Help yourselves to another can if you want one. Right, bit of order. Let's have a toast to the Corkills back together as one big happy family, eh? The Corkills. Cheers. Welcome home, son. Good to have you back, eh?
Cheers, Dad. Cheers, Mum. It's good to be back.
So when are you going to start looking for a job?
Hey, hang about, love. Give him a chance, will you? Plenty of time to get that sorted. He's only just got back in the country, hasn't he?
I'll start looking tomorrow, eh, Mum?
So what sort of thing will you be looking for then, Jay?
I don't know, really, Mikey. Anything I can get.
Can put a word in for him at the petrol station, could you, love?
We've no vacancies just now.
Thing is, going to be needing to get a bit of money together soon, aren't you, son, eh?
Yeah.
Hey, maybe you could come in with me. Now I've finished my counselling course, you know. Might even be able to get myself a few bob together. Start up my own business, even.
Hang on, you're on the council?
Not the council, soft lad. What's he like, eh? No, thing is, son, it's a long story, but what it boils down to is...
He's done a few talks, you know, to a load of bad lads. Sort of person he used to be when he was younger. Lads who pinched cars and bagel shops. That sort of person.
Go away. Imagine me dad doing that sort of thing.
Yeah, well, just my way of helping out, you know.
Anyway, listen, I'm just going to go and get a quick swill, I think.
Hang on. Got loads to sup here.
I'm all right for the minute, Dad, honest. See you later.
What's all that about?
You were going to tell him about the drugs?
Yeah, so?
I don't want him knowing everything that's gone on.
Jackie is our son. I'm not ashamed of the mistakes I've made.
Maybe you should have told him.
Why?
Oh, I don't know. Well, drugs, they seem to be everywhere these days. How do we know he hasn't been involved? He's been abroad and we don't know what he's been up to.
He's already tried to fob us off with that Foreign Legion fairy story.
all right, we know.
He's just like you were at his age. Your dad told me he'd worked his way around the world on the merchant ships. The only boat he'd ever been on was the New Brighton ferry.
Did I?
I don't know, Jimmy. I just want to be sure he's finally settled down.
Yeah, all right, love. Look, just give him a chance, will you? He will.
Oh, no. Look at that.
Max, just ignore her.
Take that down, please.
No, I won't.
That mentions me by name. It's defamatory. I could have you in court for that.
Do what you want. You just want to get out of being done. You couldn't care less about the kids on this
For
place.
heaven's sake, Max, just walk away.
It's coming down. Look, let me pass. The placard is coming down.
No! And you move one more muscle, I'll have you for assault.
This is not my fault. I was not speeding.
Tell that to the court.
How is he?
No change.
Look, we're going to go home, freshen up a bit. You two coming?
No, it's all right, we'll stay.
Oh, you've been here all night.
We'd rather stay.
What about uni and work?
It's okay, this is more important. Look, we'll call if there's any news.
Well, you will ring straight away.
Okay, we'll see you later.
This is Golf to Romeo Romeo. Bing to Angela. Come in, Angela. Are you receiving me?
Oh, I was just trying to get the shipping forecast, sir. Any news on young Daniel?
Well, he opened his eyes for a second, but he's still unconscious.
Ah, but he will come round.
Yeah, anytime now, they say.
Oh, that's a relief. Thank God for that.
Look, I'm going to phone the solicitor and make an appointment to see them about the children.
Oh, so you're still determined to make a stand on this custody business, eh?
Completely.
Listen, have you thought about the pain you could cause the children? I mean, you've just been out there, you've seen them. They're happy, it's a beautiful place to grow up in. Whatever you might think about Eric, he certainly proved himself when it comes to caring for the children, particularly with little Alice. He's positively blooming over there. Do you want to drag them away from all that?
That's not the point.
Look, do you know what your problem is, Olson? I'll tell you. It's dented pride. Just like my pride was when I realised I messed things up with Jean.
So, you and her, there's no chance of a reconciliation?
No, but it's given me the opportunity to do some other things in life, do you know? I've had more girlfriends out of this thing than, Jean ever had a clue about. Why don't you just accept what you've got?
No, I feel I've been robbed.
No, that's nonsense. You've got Susanna, you've got Matthew and Emily, and if, God forbid, anything did happen with Patsy, you wouldn't lose touch with Thomas and Alice. We could go out and see them together.
No, I don't know that. I don't know that at all. For all I know, she could work it so I never see them again.
Patricia would never do that, do you?
Well, how do I know that? You won't even tell me the results of a hospital test.
Listen, Max, you're not exactly going to endear yourself if you persist in this futile custody battle. Give her a divorce. Give her the chance of happiness with Eric. That way she could see that you've matured and, well, she might let you get involved. I mean, she's been through so much, Max. Please, please, don't cause her any more unhappiness with all this talk about fighting for custody.
No. I can't just give up like that. I can't.
You've got to tell them, Liz.
I can't. You see my purse, Linz? No, I can't find it anywhere. I owe you for this week's catalogue money. Oh, it'll do later, Mum. You're up to date.
I was just thinking, why don't we get one of them Indian takeaway banquets for tonight?
Oh, that sounds good. Lost my purse.
Well, you probably left it in work.
Right, I'm getting off.
Where you going, son?
Oh, I was going to slip up to White and see a few of my old pals, you know.
Oh, we're going to get an Indian. And then I thought us three could nip down to the swamp for a pint. What do you reckon, Mike?
Oh, listen, I'm sorry, Dad, but it's all sorted. Another time, eh, Mikey?
Yeah, sound, yeah.
Here. Have a pint on me.
You sure?
Yeah, take it, go on.
Cheers, Dad.
Since when did you start to splash out the cash?
Oh, it's only for a couple of pints.
And what if he gets into trouble out drinking?
Oh, look, I might not even go out drinking.
They are, look, he's not soft. He's not going to get into trouble. He'll be fine, you'll see.
Yeah, thanks very much. Bye-bye.
Was that the hospital?
No, I was just ringing the solicitor, making an appointment.
About the divorce?
About custody of Thomas and Alice.
I see.
David was going on about making a fresh start, going along with what Patricia wants, but how can I? They're my children. If the worst happens, they should be with me.
You know how I feel about that.
You coping, Tom.
No, Max. That's where you're wrong. I wouldn't. I thought I'd made myself perfectly clear.
I'm talking about my children.
And I'm thinking about us. You, me, Matthew and Emily. It's our future I'm interested in. Alice and Thomas will be fine. Oh, for heaven's sake, Max. Not if you're never going to see them again.
You don't know that.
I'm sorry, Max, but you're the odd man out in all of this. Everyone else can see it's for the best. I couldn't look after Alice as if she were my own daughter. I could pretend for a while, but inside, I'd know I couldn't care for her in the same way Patricia and Eric can. And I know eventually that it will come between us. And I don't want that.
No change.
Just look at us. Hovering over Dan's bed, terrified of him waking up in case we get found out. It's disgusting. We're disgusting. Touch me.
What?
We were kidding ourselves, Nat. We've been kidding ourselves for ages. This isn't love. It's sick, it's disgusting.
Well, I love you.
Just look what happened in that hotel. It was horrible. You were just using me.
No.
That's what it felt like. No love. Just sex. Sex without love.
Listen, Georgia, I love you.
We just keep hurting ourselves and everyone else.
Then let's just go. Let's just disappear.
I'm not running away. I couldn't, not with Danny lying there because of us. It's all gonna come out now. It's over. But I don't want anyone telling Mum and Dad about us. I want us to do it.
Us tell them.
They can't hear it from someone else, can they? Least of all Danny. It's got to be us. I want to tell them everything.
Sorry about that, mate.
Excuse me, could I get through, please? I'm in a bit of a hurry.
Hey, let him through. It's the little boy's dad.
What's going on?
We do need to stop dangerous driving on the coast. It's an AD or Danny.
I really don't think it's necessary. It was an accident.
Well, Max Farnham's got away with speeding far too often.
Yeah, but blocking the road.
How is your Danny, anyway?
He's improving, thank you. Yeah, doing as well as can be expected.
You have to come here?
No, not yet. Look, I really do have to get through. I have to be up to the school.
Oh, perhaps you better walk.
Absolutely not. Not having Beth McLaughlin telling me who can come and go. Come on.
Right, girls, let him through. Might have at least said thank you. Grateful get. Hey, not this one. He knocked the poor lad down.
they don't move out of the way in 5 seconds, I'm driving through anyway.
No, you're not.
1, 2. Bev, I am warning you.
Max, for heaven's sake, no.
3.
I'm walking.
Susanna, no! Look, this is just giving in to anarchy.
I am not being late for my meeting. You can catch me up.
Poor Dan.
We gotta go before he wakes up, George. That's the only way. Look, I've thought it all out. We go home, we get our passports, we draw out as much money as we can, and we just disappear. Look, if we tell Mum and Dad the truth, they'll disown us. We'll destroy them completely. George, it's better for them if we're not here. Look, come on. How many times have we talked about leaving and setting up home together away from Mum and Dad, somewhere where nobody knows us?
They were fantasies, Nat. You said yourself we could never be a normal couple. Well, now we've proved it.
No, we could do it. This is our way out.
There is no way out.
So, is this the sum total of the parents who can be bothered to come?
Oh, how many did we come to before this?
Well, that's exactly why we're here now, isn't it? Look, I must go and phone the hospital.
Nervous?
Yeah, just a bit. Not used to all this public speaking, you know.
Susanna's been on pins all morning.
See that, Max? A few butterflies in the tummy, perhaps, but that's healthy, isn't it? I'll be fine once I warm to my theme.
Well, you're the best man or woman, wouldn't he? Elite.
And, darling, I would be grateful if you kept our personal life out of this speech of yours.
I hope you don't mind me talking to you like this.
Are you joking, aren't you? You're the first one to wish me luck since I arrived here. I don't mind at all. You got any kids in the school?
Yeah, just the one. She's in year 9 now. I'm Elaine, by the way.
I'm Mick. Pleased to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I'm just glad we've got a black guy standing. It's about time our interests are represented here. Kids aren't getting what they should out of school.
Yeah, tell me about it.
I've had a word with the other black parents, and what we want to know is why aren't our kids doing as well as they should? Hmm? As far as I'm concerned, there's a school that's letting them down.
Yeah, but it's not only this school. Black kids are underachieving all over the place. Maybe I can improve things here, eh? Wish me luck.
You might need a bit more than luck to put a black face on that stage. From what I can see, it's a bit of a closed shop.
It's got to be here somewhere.
I'll ask RJ if he's seen it.
What? Is he still here?
He's supposed to be out looking for a job. Jay? Jimmy? Oh, he's not in here, Mum. He hasn't slept in his bed either.
He's home 5 minutes and he's done a bunk. I mean, what is up with him?
All right. Where's RJ? Wondered if you fancy going out for a pint when I finish.
He's done one.
Come on.
His bed hasn't been slept in. He's done a runner.
We wouldn't do that.
Well, he didn't sleep here last night.
Yeah, well, he's probably been out on the rise. Tossed down on one of his mates.
What is he playing at, eh? He breezes in and out of our lives, not a care for anyone but himself, not a thought for all the sleepless nights he's given me.
What are these doing all over the show?
I'm still looking for my purse, aren't I? You haven't helped yourself to it, have you?
No, I haven't.
Well, you were handy enough giving little Jimmy a tenner last night.
I haven't seen your flaming purse.
Look, maybe RJ has.
You what?
Well,
Are you calling your brother a thief? Are you saying he nicked your mum's purse?
No, he wouldn't. Oh, well, I must speak out soft. Why didn't I think of that? Well, there's only one way to find out.
Hang about. You can't go searching your lad's room like that.
It's my house, Jimmy. I can do what I like.
Yeah, and he's your son. You don't do things like that.
Jimmy, he's disappeared off the face of the earth. How do I know he hasn't helped himself to my money before he went?
he did need the money for the gas bill that time.
Lindsay, he was 13 then.
Well, let's just have a look. He won't know any different, will he?
This is your brother you're talking about here.
Everyone seems to have forgotten the bold, visionary idea that brought us comprehensive education. We need to look at the whole educational system again, because in my view, the focus is wrong. As long as people have the option to pay for education, and now even the schools themselves can opt out, there will never be a cohesive, comprehensive system that can work. The money should be channeled into giving every child the best possible opportunity, no matter what their background or how much money their parents have. The priority must be on providing clear standards of achievement and opportunities for all children, whatever their ability. Until education becomes a priority, we will not be turning out the citizens that this country needs for the future.
Has someone told him this isn't the general election?
Now, before I close, I'd just like to thank everyone who's passed on their good wishes for my son Daniel, who's in hospital following a road accident. I'm pleased to report that he is recovering slowly. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for your time.
Full of himself, isn't he?
You haven't heard anything yet, Mick. Wait until it's my turn.
You've got it wrong. You'll have left her at the trading post, I know you.
Surprise, surprise. I will kill him. I'll crucify him. Well, so much for your precious son now, eh?
Listen, there must be a reason for it.
Oh, yes. 'Cause he's a thief. Just like his father used to be.
I can't believe it.
Empty. Look. Why is it known something like this at him?
Of his own mother.
Oh, what does he care about me, eh? Going off. Me not knowing whether he's dead or alive. He doesn't care less about me.
Mum, I should have told you this yesterday.
What? Did you know about this?
I saw him when he was in here the other day. When he was getting undressed. He had this stuck to his stomach with sticky tape.
He was.
Come on, love.
Me and Mike came back after he'd gone. We found it. It's drugs.
Do you know anything about this?
I knew nothing about it, love, I promise you.
You should have told us about this right away. Why didn't you see us, eh? You're supposed to be the big drugs counselling expert. Why didn't you suss it out?
I don't know, I had no idea.
He smuggled this. Me and you drove him through customs with this strapped to his belly. That muck's been with us all the way from the south of France. Good God, Jimmy. What if we'd been caught, eh? I mean, how long is it for drug smuggling now? 15, 20 years? We could have ended up like our Lindsay was in Bangkok, jailed for something we didn't do. Well, he's had us, hasn't he? He's used us for mugs, Jimmy. At least I know he won't do a bunk, because he's going to come back for this poison, isn't he?
Look, let's just talk about this. There must be an explanation. Them two fellas in Marseille, they must have put the arm on him.
I don't care what his explanation is. I am not having drugs in this house again. I'm not having drugs anywhere near this family again.
Why do so many kids end up playing computer games and watching the telly all the time instead of doing other worthwhile things? Us parents should be helping the teachers. I mean, if they're short of staff for team games, then why can't we come in and help them? Even after school hours and at weekends. And what about local businesses? And we should be courting local business, asking them to help us to turn out the sort of kids that they need. And I don't mean just the bright kids. I agree with what somebody said earlier, that we need to keep an eye on the ones that aren't so bright, because they've got to find work when they leave school as well. And the ones who are going to have difficulties in life through all kinds of things, prejudice. But we can't leave it all to the school. What I'm trying to say is, us parents and local business have got to get involved. The teachers have got plenty to do. And yeah, we can ask all sorts of them, but there's only 24 hours in a day for them as well. So let's get involved, eh? And let's get involved properly. Let's give them a hand. Because they deserve it. And so do our kids.
Look, I'm going to have to go into work. I promise Mick I'll open up.
You're not going anywhere. I want you to face your precious son with this loss.
It's all right, Dad. I'll open up for you. Okay.
Thanks, Lens.
See you later.
There must be an explanation.
Yes, there's an explanation. It's like father, like son.
Don't blame me. Look, what are you going to do?
I don't know yet.
You're not going to go to the busies, are you?
I don't know what I'm going to do. Where have you been, eh? Why did you rob my purse?
Hang on, Jack.
Don't you lie to me, Jimmy. I found it in your room. Look, it's empty. And what about these, eh? What are you doing bringing drugs back into my house, eh?
Why did you do it, son?
Because he's a smackhead, that's why. Because he's a lying, stinking, thieving drug addict, that's why. Well, these are going where they belong.
Mum, no, don't! Jackie! Jackie!
This is where this what belongs. It's stuff. That's proof you're hooked on it. Because you can't cope with leaving it, can you? You're hooked on this, aren't you?
Leave him, Jackie.
Look what you've done! Hey, look what you've done! You stupid!
Leave him, will ya?
Leave him! Leave him to bring more trouble on this family just like you did!
Look, this is no good. We've got to help him. He's our son.
You've got to put us in prison, for God's sake, Jimmy! Do you really want the likes of that in our house after everything we've been through?
I understand it. I understand it. But we can't throw him out. That's the last thing we should do. I know what addiction's like.
Yes, and so do I.
Yeah, so we've got to help him. I can do it.
Rubbish! That's rubbish! If I hadn't flushed that stuff away, I was to say you wouldn't have both been on heroin, eh? What? Will you ask your father? You ask your father! That stuff put us through hell! And I am not having it happening again.
I said it's only a bit of smack, right? It's nothing. Everyone does it.
Shut it, will you? Just shut it! I was on that stuff for nearly a year. There's nothing you can tell me about it. Do you hear me? Nothing! Yeah, me. Your dad.
I never imagined for a moment that my children would attend a school like Brookside Comprehensive. And since my children reached school age, they've spent most of their time in fee-paying schools. But my circumstances changed, like they do for many women. I spent 8 years as a single parent, so I know the hardships that many of you have been through.
Oh, yeah. And I'm sure that dress came from the Oxfam shop.
Sorry, did someone want to ask a question?
No, it's all right, love. You carry on.
Right, where was I? Well, so I feel I could represent the interests of the many single parents who have children in this school. I know the problems you have with juggling work and looking after a child. I know what it's like when a child is sent home ill and the problems that can cause. I know about the problems with money, too. But what I really do know about is how domestic upheavals can cause children to fall behind with their schoolwork. My children have gone through enormous changes in the last 8 years. It wasn't until recently that my husband and I discovered that both our children were underachieving. Naturally, when Matthew started at Brookside Comprehensive this term, we were very keen for him to find help. But what did we find? In the last 6 months, funds for special needs provisions has been virtually non-existent. I mean, can you believe that? My son has real problems and this school is doing nothing about it. Well, this isn't fair. How can my son be expected to pass exams and go to college or university if he hasn't been helped to master the basics of reading and writing?
Okay. I've got both our passports. I've drawn out to the limit on my overdraft. Let's go, George.
No, I can't leave Dad.
But he's going to tell Mum and Dad, and if he doesn't, Max Farnham will.
That's why I decided to tell them first. It's better coming from us.
Okay. But don't expect me to be here when they find out. I'm going, George, even if it means leaving you behind.
Please don't go, Nat. I can't face this on my own.
Then come with me. I can't face this at all. I'm sorry, George, but I want to get away. I want to be as far away from here as possible when they find out.
All right, Max. Hey, I didn't know about your muffin.
Well, like Susanna said, we haven't known ourselves for very long. We didn't want to make a big deal about it. Look, don't tell Susanna, but I was really impressed by your speech. I thought you made some sound points.
Does that mean I get your vote?
Well, I've already voted. Family loyalties, you know.
Well, just a waiting game now. Moment of truth next week.
You confident?
Quietly. Your speech went down very well. I didn't realise you held such, right-wing views.
No, it's nothing to do with politics. It's just common sense. See you later.
Yeah, bye. Look, I'd better get off to the hospital.
Look, I think I might pop in a bit later myself. See how Dan's doing.
Yeah, that'll be fine. See you then.
Bye.
Hey, I was dead impressed with your speech.
Yeah?
Too right. You were brilliant.
Come on. You're embarrassing me now.
Oh, you really did good. I must admit, at first I thought you were going to make a right show of yourself, but, no, you did good.
Thank you very much.
But don't forget what I say, eh? A black face might not fit.
Well, perhaps I can get you to vote for me then, eh?
I already have.
Oh, nice one.
Good luck, eh?
Cheers.
Are you just chasing? Or are you on the needle as well?
Both.
Let's have your works.
I haven't got any more here, Dad.
Come on, lad, I'm not soft.
There you go.
Have you got any more stuff?
No, that's the lot.
The truth, Jimmy.
I'm telling you, there's no more here.
Look, it won't take 2 minutes to turn this place over, you know.
Look, I've got no more here, honest.
You were going to start dealing, weren't you?
No, I wasn't.
Jimmy, the truth.
I'm telling you, that was just for my own personal use.
So why did you come back here, then?
I wanted to come home, Mum, right? I couldn't take it no more. I was stupid. I got into a load of trouble out there and I had no mates to back me up. It was just a nightmare. Taking smack was the only way that I could get through it. And then I wanted to get off the smack if I could, but I was scared in case I couldn't get on over here. So I had to bring a load back with me, just in case I couldn't get off it.
I bet everything now.
Jackie, give him a chance, will you?
It's the truth, Mum. I was just scared to come home without any. I'm sorry, honestly, I'm really sorry. Or I'm just scared now in case I get sick. Now I've got none left.
You're interested in your life.
Yeah, I think my speech went rather well. There's certainly a lot of sympathy for Danny.
That's nice.
Look, why don't you two go home for a rest? Your mum won't be back from work in an hour, and Max Farnham said he'd be dropping in.
We'd rather stay here.
You've been marvellous, you know. Both of you. Well, better get back and see the patient.
Max Farnham, I told you we should have left this afternoon.
They can't hear it from him, they can't.
Georgia, they can't hear it from us either.
He's still unconscious, then?
Yeah.
Well, perhaps, don't want to intrude.
Max, can I have a word with you, please?
Well,
Look, please don't tell Mum and Dad. We don't want them to hear it from anyone else. Please, Max.
You should have thought of that before you started all this.
Well, don't you think we regret it now? It's over between us, I promise.
Then why don't you tell your parents before they hear it from your younger brother?
We can't do that.
If you have an ounce of sense, I think you will. Do you know, I am sick of this. I have my own family to worry about. You tell them, okay?
See, I told you it wouldn't help us. We should go now.
Hey, come on, you two. He's woken up.
Beth?
Nat and George are here. And your mum will be in soon.
Hey, Dan.
I must call your mother. Where's Max?
He left. He said he didn't want to intrude.
Right, well, I'll see if I can catch him up and tell him the good news. I'll call your mum.
Dan, it's me. It's Nat. Listen, do you remember what happened?
Oh, starting to feel bad.
A hot drink sometimes helps.
Did you rob to buy heroin in France?
No.
I'll bet.
I'm never honest.
Have you ever stopped taking it?
I did once for about a week, but I felt really bad, you know.
Well, if you stop once, you can stop for good.
This is stupid. Can't you see he's lying?
I'm not, but it's the truth.
Smackheads don't tell the truth. I know that from your father.
I am. Everything I've told you is true.
I don't believe you stopped. Look at you. You're sweating. You're desperate for drugs, aren't you? And when you ran out of money, you used to steal, didn't you?
Oh, come on, love. We don't know that. Lots of addicts
I don't believe you, Jimmy. You've been through all this yourself and you still swallow this rubbish. Well, listen. I am not going through all this again. You're a thief, aren't you? Well, you've already proved that. And I know in here that you've been a thief and a robber since the first day you took that muck. I'm right, aren't I? Answer me.
No.
Jimmy, I want him out of my house.
No. We can't do that. He's our son.
I've been through it once, Jimmy. I can't go through it again.
Yeah, and I've been through it myself. And I got off it. It can be done. Jackie, trust me, will you? I'll sort it. I'll get him a job. We'll clean him up. We can do it, love.
I'm sorry, Jimmy. I can't. I haven't got the strength anymore. I want him out of my house.
Is that Jimmy?
Still in bed. Had to sit up half the night waiting for him to get off to sleep.
This will wake him up. I'm having a smackhead sleeping the day away in my house.
What's that, love?
He robbed me purse. I'm not having him robbing me gold and all.
Behave yourself, will you, Jackie? He's not going to do that. He's your son.
Yes, and you're my husband. And when you were on that stuff, you didn't think twice about robbing my bracelets. The only thing that was mine.
In fact, I'm very tempted to bolt that telly to the floor.
Listen, love. I can help him. I know I can. All he needs is a job and a fresh start, that's all.
Yeah. Well, you know what I want.
Listen. I am not throwing him out. Once he walks through that door, he'll be back on the smack in no time.
Jimmy, I want him out of here by the time I get back from work.
Oh, just give us a chance to help him, will you? That's all.
No, Jimmy. I mean it.
Do you think he remembers what happened?
I don't know. He must do.
I can't stand much more of this, George. We're just waiting for this to blow up in our faces.
Then why don't we just tell them?
Why don't we just leave? Where are you going?
To see how Dan is.
Are you going to tell Mum and Dad?
When I do that, I want you with me.
All right, Sid. Listen, I've had an idea about that money I owe you.
Oh, it wouldn't be flood damage stock, would it?
Look, I said I was sorry about that, didn't I? No. The thing is, you know I said our Jimmy's been a bit of bother. Right, well, I'm trying to get him sorted. You know, back on his feet, like.
Oh, what's that got to do with the 1,200 quid that you owe me?
Well, he needs a steady job. You know, something a bit regular. So I was wondering if you'd, well, fixed anyone up, you know, with your window round.
Yeah, well, even if I did...
Look, Sin, listen, the deal would be this, right? Our Jimmy would work for you for nothing, right? Until he's paid back the 1,200 quid.
No, I'm sorry, Jimmy. Forget it.
But, come on, it's the perfect solution for everyone.
No, well, not for me, it isn't. And besides, I've already got someone sorted for the windows temporarily.
Oh, come on, mate. Surely you can sort something for him.
No, Jimmy, I'm sorry. And I don't want to see you again until you walk in that door with my money. Do you understand?
Can't you give the dozy beggar a kick up the backside? I thought you said you were going to have a chat with him.
Yeah, I was. I'm sorry, love. I've just had a terrible... Doesn't matter.
What's up, Jack? What's Jimmy done now?
No, it's not Jimmy, Val. It's little Jimmy. Wish to God he'd never written to you. Wish he was still in France.
Come on. You're bound to find it difficult when you haven't seen him for such a long time. Has he had a fallout with his dad?
Well, him and Jimmy, oh no. Mutual Appreciation Society, them two.
I just thought, you know, everything that's gone on between the two of them, and all that with me and Jimmy.
That's all dead and buried.
Yeah, I know. I didn't think he'd get on too well with his dad, you know.
Yeah, well, he needs him now, doesn't he?
What's up, Jack?
He's a heroin addict, love. Just like Jimmy.
What?
Lindsay found the stuff in his room. He brought it from France.
Little Jimmy? I don't believe it.
How could he do it, Ava? He's hooked on the stuff, isn't he? And I just want him out of my house.
Yeah.
Doesn't even need digging over.
Well, I'm sorry, son, but I've decided it does.
Oh, it's just a waste of time.
It'll do you good.
I feel sick.
No, you don't feel sick, Jimmy. It's withdrawal, you know that.
No, I do. I feel too sick to dig.
Listen, I have been there myself, remember? I know what it's like. I know you're not too sick to work.
I am. I feel dead weak and look, I'm shaking here. I just really couldn't do it.
Look, it'll only last a few days. Get digging, will you? I'll be digging alongside you. Come on.
Oh, it's just pointless though, isn't it?
And what about last night, eh? When you couldn't get off to sleep?
Oh, Dad, I don't want another night like that again.
Yeah. Well, you won't have that problem tonight, will you? Hmm? Hard exercise, physical graft is what you need when you're coming off, I'm telling you. Now, come on, get moving.
It's boring.
Oh, so is that why you started in the first place, then? Because you were bored?
No, I told you, didn't I? You know, I was in a real mess, Dad. I hated it. Then I met a few lads who were on it and, well, you know how it is.
So were you down, like, depressed?
Yeah.
So why are you still taking it, Jimmy, eh? Look at all the bother it's got you into.
I wish I wasn't.
I know what it's like, son. I've been there myself. I was well into it. But I stopped. Don't you want to stop?
I don't know if I can. I'm scared of what it'll be like, you know, getting off it for good.
Jimmy, we're talking about attitude here, right? You're talking about giving something up. I'm talking about stopping. Giving something up means making a sacrifice. Well, it's no sacrifice giving up that garbage, you know that, eh? What you're doing is stopping taking it. That means escaping its clutches, right? Not being a slave to it.
Do you reckon?
Yes, I do reckon. I know, lad. I was there, wasn't I? I am going to get you off this stuff if it's the last thing I do. Now, come on, start again. Dig for victory, eh?
Look the way he was a couple of years ago. Hopeless. But he pulled himself together and he got back to the way he used to be. Better than he used to be.
I'm just scared, aren't I, Val? I never wanted anything to do with drugs ever again.
But he is your son, whatever he's done.
No.
Can't you give him another chance, eh? I know it's a risk having a junkie in the house again, but at least you know where he is and what he's doing. Think of what it would do for Jimmy. Boost his confidence. If he is successful, this might be what he needs to get him on the straight and narrow.
Jackie Corkill said it was lovely over in that Providence place.
Yes, very nice.
I'm surprised you're not over there still. You know, with your pap being so ill and that.
Yeah.
So, how did the tests go?
The tests? Oh, we're just waiting for the results, Julia.
Oh, after all this time. Oh, it must be terrible for her waiting so long.
Yes.
Poor Pat. Still, at least she's got your Jean over there to keep her spirits up, eh?
That's right.
Suppose your Jean will just be staying there till the results are known.
Well, she'll stay over there as long as she's needed, Julia.
Must get lonely for you on your own.
I'm not on my own, am I? I'm with Max, Susanna and the children.
Oh, I'm sure they're a great comfort to you.
Yeah.
We don't see you down at the over 55s much these days, Dave.
No.
As a matter of fact, we're having a whist drive this afternoon and we're a bit short on good players like yourself.
Yes, I'm very sorry, but have one or two things to attend to this afternoon.
Will Mrs. Crosby be back by the end of next month, do you think? That's if your Pat's tests are all right, I mean.
I'm really not sure.
And we're thinking of running a charity to the Tower Ballroom in Blackpool, and your Jean would love it.
Yes, yes, she might.
Still, if she's not back by then, perhaps we could partner each other. I always thought we made a lovely couple cutting the rug. Until our little misunderstanding, that is.
Look, Julia, I'm afraid you're going to have to excuse me. I've got an appointment.
I don't suppose when you talk to your value, did she mention me at all?
We're running out of time, Sunshine.
How do you mean?
Well, I reckon there's just the slightest chance that she might, well, talk things over with you, but I think she's running out of patience.
Well, why didn't you send her over to the shop?
Because it's got to be up to you to make the first move, you dozy pillock. And you got that into your thick head, yes?
Well, what if I ask her out this weekend?
Oh, you willing to blow your last chance, are you, by waiting until tomorrow?
All right, tonight then.
Sinbad, I got the impression that she wants more than just a nice house.
Yeah?
Well, she needs to know you're serious, doesn't she? She wants a grand gesture, something special. She likes to be romanced, Val. She always has.
Oh, but what can I do? I mean, mind you, there was that time when I was going with Marcia, you know, when I had that message flashed across the scoreboard at Goodison Park. How about something like that?
Oh, that'd go down really well with her, Val.
Yeah?
She's a lifelong Liverpool supporter.
Has he said anything? Monkey's giving me funny looks.
He's been asleep most of the time. Are you going to go in?
I can't.
Look, I'm just going for a coffee for your mum and I. Do you two want any?
No, we're okay.
Look, she thinks that you two should go home for a good sleep and a decent meal. She's worried about you.
Oh, we're fine, Dad, honestly.
Well, there's no need for you to stay here now. The doctor says that Dan's definitely on the mend.
All right, we'll see, okay?
Yeah, well, you've done more than enough. You've been very supportive. Thanks.
Right, that's it. I'm going. I've got my passport. I've got some money. I'm not going to be here when Dan tells them.
Don't now, please. He might not say anything.
Oh, come on, George. Don't be stupid. Of course he will.
Where will you go?
Anywhere. The first available flight out of Liverpool.
I don't believe this. You've got it all worked out, haven't you? What am I going to tell Mum and Dad?
Yeah, I don't care. I'm going to be as far away from here as possible.
So, have you thought about going home for a rest?
Yeah, I said, I might go back, get a couple of hours.
Right. Good. You deserve it.
No, no, please.
I should have done this a long time ago.
They'll find out where you are eventually. They'll come looking for you.
You know, I never wanted it to end like this, you know? Just thought I'd never seen you again. All right, one last chance. Will you come with me? George, come on, it's the only way. What have we got to lose? They're gonna find out. What if they call in the police?
We haven't mentioned divorce. It didn't seem to be much point at my age. But I suppose I might get married again if I could find the right woman. Over. Finding the right woman in England, Inga, might not be as easy as you would suppose.
Over.
Oh, I'm sorry, Dave.
Over and up.
I thought you had a woman in here with you.
No. Just an old chum, you know, a fellow radio ham.
Oh, is someone a long way away?
Yes, it's a chap I know in Norway.
Funny names they have over there. I always thought Inga was a woman's name.
Well, you know, they do have some peculiar names there, that's right. Look, if you wouldn't mind, I do have to get on. You see, I've got a few more calls.
Well, I was just wondering if you'd like a cuppa before I go. It's a bit chilly out here.
Oh, very nice, thank you.
I mean, I could do you some soup and a sandwich.
No, there's no need, honestly.
Oh, it's no trouble.
Really?
Not trouble at all, Dave. Anything else you want, you just ask.
Thank you.
Where is he?
Who?
Presume that means he's still here.
Look, love, I can't throw out my own son, even if you can.
Where is he?
Up there.
What's he doing?
It's stage 1 of my rehab program.
Digging the garden?
Yes, digging the garden. Hard work and exercise, love, it tires them out. They get so tired that they go to bed and sleep. None of this sitting up half the night obsessed with smack. And you've got to get them eating regularly again. Put a bit of shape into their day, a routine. I asked Sinbad if he'd give him a job, but he's not in the market for any help, so gonna have to ask someone else.
No, Jimmy, I don't want him working around here.
Love, he needs a job.
I said no, I want him here. Where we can keep an eye on him.
What, you gonna let him stay then?
For the time being. But if anything goes wrong, Jimmy, I'm telling you, he's out.
Love, it won't. Listen, you won't regret this. I know we can sort it together as a family. Look, the best thing is, he wanted to come home, didn't he? And he wants to get off the drugs. Once that's in their head, love, you're halfway there.
Val!
I hate the idea of them finding out from Dan.
If he doesn't tell them, Max Farnham will.
It's just such a lot to leave behind.
George, there's nothing else we can do.
Dan and Max might not tell. If we do go, just disappear, we'll never know what happens. We won't be able to say how sorry we are. We won't even be able to write and explain in case they don't know. We'll spend the rest of our lives wondering whether Mum and Dad know or not.
I know that, but the only alternative is prison.
How much longer till our flight leaves?
40 minutes.
Going to Ireland's not exactly running away, is it?
We can get another flight from there, somewhere. Look, should we have a drink or something? Do you want a vodka and tonic? How about coffee?
Tea would be good.
George,
son? Tea or orange juice?
Wouldn't mind a bit of tomato soup, eh, Dad?
Good idea. Plenty of hot fluids helps when you're in withdrawal. Listen, we can go for a walk after this if you fancy it.
Okay, yeah. Sounds good, Dad.
Look, I know it's hard, but I'll get you there. You stick with your L, fella, do you hear?
Okay, Mrs. Howard, liver and bacon today. See you on Monday.
Thank you, dear.
See ya.
All right, Val. Fancy bumping into you like this?
I'm busy.
Look, I just want to talk to you for 5 minutes.
I said I'm busy.
All right. 1 minute, then.
Oh, look, I've got customers' dinner's going cold here.
Well, all right, just let me walk around with you.
Oh, if you're going to follow me around like some lapdog, you might as well make yourself useful. Here, take these.
Ow. Oh, look, Val, I just want to say that I'm sorry for all that stupid business with you and Fee.
Is that it?
Well, yeah, you know. I'm sorry. I'm very, very sorry. Hello, Pat.
Here you go, Mr. Singleton. Liver and bacon today. Enjoy your dinner.
See you, mate. Oh, Val, hang on, please. Val, can't you see how I feel about you?
Here you go, Mrs. Yates. Can you believe this?
Val, please, I promise you, I'll never do anything like two-timing you ever again. If you'll just give me another chance.
How can I ever trust you again?
You can, I promise you. All that business with Fee's finished. You were the one I wanted.
Well, I'm still not convinced.
What have I got to do?
Well, you could tell me how you feel, for a start.
Well, what do you mean?
3 little words.
Well, yeah, of course, I love you. And I know I should have told you when we were away in Abersoch. Well, I'm a fool, a stupid fool. And I was scared. I didn't want to frighten you off by rushing into things. Yeah, Mrs. Izzy, didn't I?
Yeah. What do you think, Mrs. Jackson? He's just told me he loves me.
Well, I do, don't I?
Wonderful, I think. Yes.
Yeah, that's off Mrs. Jackson. So come on, Val, what do you say? Oh, Val, please don't ignore me.
All right, prove it. Prove that you love me. Prove that you're committed.
What, here now? Val, I love you.
And what else?
Well, that's it.
Well, up until 3 weeks ago, we were engaged to be married, weren't we? Oh, well, if you're not serious.
Val. Val, will you marry me?
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
Val, will you please marry me? And I promise I will never mess you about ever again. Marry me.
I still can't hear you. Can you hear him?
No, we can't hear him.
Val, would you do me the great honour of agreeing to marry me, please?
Of course I'll marry you. Come on, let's go before we embarrass ourselves.
Hello. I think you've gone home.
No. Is Danny still asleep?
Yeah, he's absolutely exhausted.
Can I, talk to you and Dad outside for a minute?
What's the matter?
I just need to talk to you.
Right. I'll go. You stay here.
No, I need to talk to both of you.
What is it, George?
Seeing Dan in there. This accident. It's make me realise.
What's the matter?
Go on, George. Nat and me. I can't stand the lying. Nat and me have been having a relationship for 6 years. Not just as brother and sister. Sexually.
What? You and Nat? You and your brother? Is this a joke?
No. I'm not joking. It's why I couldn't live with Martin. It's why Nat couldn't live with Jules. We've kept it from you for years. I can't do it anymore. I'm sorry, Nat. I had to tell him.
Some pretty funny painkillers get the comedy rolling next here on 4, and it's a deadline disaster for Caroline in the City, and overnight TV shortly in Suspicious Circumstances.
Tell you again, get in here before this yoke gets hard.
All right, all right. There's no need to shout.
Get that down.
Oh, no, sir.
You won't?
Can't face that.
Hey, come ahead. Good English brekkie is what you need to get you off on the right foot. And when you've had that, I want you to do something for me.
Oh, not more garden again, surely.
No, soft lad. I want to see you round at the petrol station apologising to your mother for all the grief you've caused her. Grovel if you have to.
I don't grovel.
Oh, don't you? Well, you try it for once. And when you've done that, I want to see you back here when I can keep an eye on you.
Drink. I phoned the hospital. Danny had a comfortable night.
There's no tea.
Of course there's tea.
Just leave it. I'll do it.
Come on, you two, or you'll get your uniforms dirty. Careful.
Morning, Sue.
Morning, Bev.
Happy little things, aren't they? Makes me broody.
Really?
Hey, have you heard anything from Miss Pat lately? She must be having the time of her life in France. All that posh nosh, garlic, spaghettis. My Ron hates all that, but I love it.
Quite. Well, I'd better get on.
Morning, love.
Morning, Ron. See you later.
Hey, guess who I've just seen?
Who?
Corkill's flaming son, walking around like he owns the close.
You're joking. Didn't even know he had a son.
Oh, yeah. Poor Michael reckons he's a right idiot, but apparently he's going to be moving in with them for a bit. One big happy family again, eh?
Well, Ron, now you come to mention it.
What?
Happy families.
Bev, I was being sarcastic, love.
Yeah, I know that, but...
But what?
Well, I've just been thinking about the couples on the close, and, well, there's Max and Susanna. They've got 2 kids. Now you come to mention it, he's got another 2 in France. And Mick Johnson, he's got 2 kids. And even the Corkills have got 2.
What are you getting at?
Well, why don't we join the club, eh? 2.4 kids and all that. Well, our Josh is nearly 3, and you don't want him growing up being an only child, do you? He's getting lonely, I can tell.
Beverly, my love, we are not having a baby.
But, Ron, these are childbearing hips, and my body clock's ticking away.
Yeah, and what about my body clock? The battery nearly ran out last year, remember?
You're in your prime. All those low-fat fromage frais, they've done you wonders. You're healthier now than you've ever been. Oh, go on, Ron.
Bev, we are not having a baby, and that is final.
Not as far as I'm concerned. Ron, I want this child. And if this means you slipping a disc or having a few palpitations, well, that's fine. This is important.
Glad it's out in the open.
I don't know. I don't know what to think. I haven't said 2 words about it. Just went upstairs and closed the door.
I think I'm glad. But then I expected something to happen. Something's got to happen, hasn't it?
Oh, are you 2?
Hi, sis.
Well, are you 2 back together then, or what?
Well, it's a bit more than that, Jack. You might want to sit down.
Have a stiff drink.
Why, what's happened?
You blind or what?
Oh, congratulations, love. Oh, congratulations.
Well, hey, all right, Jack. You have me changing my mind.
Thank you.
Oh, I can't believe it. When did all this happen?
He proposed, Jack, over a cold liver and bacon and rhubarb pudding.
Or was the romantic ace in? Oh, I'm made up for you. I really am. Let's see the ring.
Oh, look at the rocks in there.
Hey, she had me out at 8 o'clock in the morning looking at jewellery shop windows. Wanted me to make it official, you know, in case I changed my mind.
Anna didn't want any other women thinking he was available.
Does Fee know yet?
Well, no one does. We wanted you to be the first scene as you got us back together, you know.
Oh, hey, listen to him. We.
Ah, we know, is it?
Yes, Mick, it's official. I'm engaged, I'm a fiancé, and I've got the ball and chain to prove it.
Oh, nice one, mate. I made up for you.
Cheers.
And you, Val, congratulations. So when's the big day, then?
Well, it's going to have to be soon. I want to do it before I'm 40.
Which is in January, so we've got to get cracking, lover boy.
Right, well, we'll see you later then. Come on, mate.
See you, mate. Take care now.
Cheers.
Sure. I'm made up for you.
Make a smashing couple, don't they?
Yeah.
I'm really made up they finally got it together. Although it was a time when I thought you'd never take him back.
Well, I think he's learnt his lesson now. That's 30p, love, Tom.
Thanks, yeah.
Where are you going, all dressed up to the nines?
Brookside comp. Find out who's been voted in as parent governor.
Hasn't Susanna Farnham gone for that?
Yeah, and Ollie Simpson. I mean, I probably don't stand much of a chance, but you can only try, can't you? I mean, someone's got to try and make a change in that school, Jackie.
Well, best of luck, eh? You give him what for?
Well, if I get voted in, I'll certainly try. See you later.
Try, love.
Mum. Mum, say something, please.
What do you want us to say?
I just want...
What? You've already told them everything they need to know.
I had to.
No, you didn't. You've ruined everything. Every one. Why didn't you stick to the plan and just come away with me?
Door?
Oh, Ollie, morning. Glad I caught you. Thought you might have gone over to the school. Don't you want to find out the result of the parent governor elections? Susanna left half an hour ago.
No.
Has something happened? It's not young Daniel, I hope.
No.
Dan's fine.
Oh, thank heavens for that. Actually, after the near tragedy of last week, I thought you'd be glad to know that the BRA has commissioned a feasibility study on the installation of road bumps on the close. You know, these sleeping policemen. Actually, it's all thanks to young Beverly's efforts. I must say, she's expressed very strong opinions on the matter, and she's trying to...
Look, I've got to get out. We need tea. Tea bags and milk.
Oh, it's you, is it? What's all the rush?
Yeah, that psycho in that shop over there, right? She just threw me out. As soon as she heard my name, she barred me.
Take the notice of her. She's got it in for us. Always has done.
Yeah, I hope you like these.
Oh. Mango's my diet. Thanks, love. It's been ages since someone got me a box of jocks. So what have I done to deserve these?
It's just my way of saying sorry, isn't it? For all the trouble I've caused you. You know, it's always you, isn't it, that gets it in the neck, even when it's my fault.
I hear what you're saying, Jimmy. But I know too many people whose lives have been ruined with drugs. One way or another. When I found out that you...
A junkie. I know you haven't been too happy with me, Mum, right? I know I've been banged out of order, but I'm trying to get off it. Honestly, I am. I'm trying to get myself straight, but I need you and my dad's help.
I want to help you, Jimmy. But I just don't know if I can.
I don't understand. I mean, my dad, right? My dad, he's there. He's all there for me, but you've just turned your back on me.
It took me a long time before I saw that the only way to help an addict is to be tough. When your dad was on smack, he robbed and cheated me for his fix. Nearly killed me. And I'm not giving you a hard time just for the sake of it. It's for your own good.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Right. I want to help you, Jimmy. But it's hard for me and all, you know. All I ever do is struggle with this family, love. And I'm tired of it.
All I want, Mum, right? All I want is just a chance to prove I'm on the level, yeah?
Jam sometimes. You shouldn't worry about it. What are you doing, eh?
Oh, you wouldn't deprive me of a packet of chewies, would you? You know, spent me a nice bit of dough and them chocolates.
Kids, eh? Thanks, love. That's £5, love, Tom. That's 5 change.
That's fine,
All right,
thanks.
love. Ciao.
Have you heard? The parent-governor election. It was very close, but Mick Johnson scraped it by 1 vote. Oh, I can't believe it. Out of all of us, I never thought he'd be the one to win. I mean, at least if it were you or I, we could rely on proper representation. I mean, I can't see him being able to get anything done. Goodbye to you, too.
Ollie. Ollie, the door.
I forgot the tea.
Let's go, shall we?
Go where?
We should go to the hospital, see Daniel.
Dan? You don't think...
No, he would have realised. He would have behaved differently. Just drive, Ollie. To the hospital, see Daniel. We have to.
Why? Our children, I don't know them anymore.
Just drive, Ollie. I can't even think anymore.
I'm gonna kill him. Get hold of him, Jimmy!
No, you don't, sunshine.
Where are they?
I don't know what you're talking about, Mum.
One more time before I knock you into the middle of next week. Now, you stole 200 ciggies from my shop. Now, where are they?
What ciggies? Is she going through the loophole?
I'll through the loop, you!
All right. No need to hit him, love.
Like father, like flaming son. Well, they were right. Oh, they were right, weren't they, eh? Corkill's nothing but trouble, a lot of you.
What have you done, Jimmy? I haven't done anything.
Jimmy, I took me stock check. You stole 200 ciggies while me back was turned, didn't you?
Oh, well, it's not my fault you can't count, is it?
I am not losing another job through drugs.
I haven't got them.
Look, listen, calm down, will you? Maybe you've made a mistake.
You find them myself.
Dad, I don't know what you're talking about, honestly.
Don't you? Well, you better make sure that she doesn't find anything in there, then, hadn't you?
How are you feeling?
It hurts, Mum.
Doctor said you'd be ready to go home soon, on the mend.
Do you want anything? Juice? Magazines?
No.
Do you feel up to talking? What happened? Why did you run out into the road?
It was...
What?
It's all right, Dan. We're here.
I don't know, Dad. I just don't know. I'm tired. Don't go to sleep.
It's you, Jimmy. All over.
You've got them back, haven't you? No one will know any different.
I'll know. Well, it's just like old times, isn't it? Eh? Me lying and covering for you will no more.
Jackie, it's not his fault. It's an illness, a disease.
He's a junkie, Jimmy. Do you think I don't know one when I see one? I lived with you when you were on smack, didn't I? I know what it's like.
Oh, look, you're talking about me as if I'm not even here. But look, you can argue till the blue in the face. I'm going to the loo. Not listening to this.
Well, that's right. You go, eh? Well, you don't want to listen, do you?
The lad needs our help. I can help him. We both can. Look, you got me through it, didn't you, eh? Why can't you do the same for your own son?
He's your son, not mine. I want nothing more to do with it, Jimmy.
He's your flesh and blood.
And I want him out of this house. I've had drugs up to here, Jimmy. I haven't forgotten the times, you know, that I'd come back and find you lying there zombied. Every time the door would go, I'd think, oh, well, this is it. They found him dead. And it killed me, Jimmy. I can't. I just cannot go through this again.
But die, did I? Hmm? I got through it. And all little Jimmy can get through it and all.
I just can't stand back and watch him ruin our lives, Jimmy. You know, when you were on it, I mean, when it was really bad, you know, there were times when I wished that you waited. And I just don't want to think that about my son and all. Oh, the odd idiot! Look! He's climbing out the window now for his fix!
Where do you think you're off to? Get down! Where you going, Jack?
I'm going to return this stolen property. You're welcome to him. You two deserve each other, don't you?
Get in, you.
Ollie? Ollie? Yeah. Thought you'd like to know who got the school governorship.
Yeah, Susanna told me.
Hey, by 1 vote. Well, you gave me a good run for my money, like, but I suppose the best man won, eh?
Yeah, congratulations.
Listen, is everything all right with your Danny?
Yeah, everything's just fine and dandy. Thank you.
How's Dan?
Coffee.
What's that? Is that Dad?
What's he doing?
There you go, love.
Oh, Tara.
Hey, will you sit down, please? You're making me nervous.
Thanks, Ron. Oh, I feel daft coming here and imposing on you.
Hey, will you be soft? When have you ever imposed on me?
Your family has. Too many times. I tell you, Ron, God gave me one hell of a cross to bear. So Jimmy wasn't bad enough. Now I've got Jimmy Mark II to test me.
Trouble.
Well, we named him well, didn't we? Little Jimmy's his dad all over. Flaming useless. I'm sick of the pair of them.
Things that bad, are they, Jack?
Since little Jimmy's been away, he's, oh, I don't know, he's, we're just not getting on really, Ron, you know. I can't see any end to it. Anyway, you don't want to be listening to this, do you? I know how you feel about Jimmy and all the trouble he's brought on you. I can't say I blame you. Right, I'll get off. Will you tell all Lindsay I called round?
Hey, hey, you just sit yourself back down. Come on, Jackie. I'm telling you, love, your Jimmy doesn't know how lucky he is to have you.
Right, Ron Dixon. We've got the place to ourselves and I've got plans for you. There's a plane about to leave the wonders of Bevland. And you, my darling, have a first-class ticket. Didn't know we had company.
No, I just came to see our Lindsay.
Well, she's not here, is she?
No. Thanks for the tea, Ron, and I'll get off.
No problem, love. I'll see you out.
Don't forget, Ron, Bevland beckons.
Thanks. Nice to know we can still have a civil word for each other.
Listen, Jack, if the other fella gets on your wick, get yourself back over here. The door's always open and I've got plenty of time on my hands now. And a sturdy shoulder.
Thanks, Ron. I'll see you.
Yeah. Ta-ra.
Ciao.
Is she gone yet? Because this plane's taxiing on the runway.
So what do we do now, eh?
Dad, if we could just talk.
Talk? Talk?
Dad? Ollie, for heaven's sake, what are you doing?
Dad, leave her! Can you see? This is what we've got to do.
Locking us in our rooms? You must be mad.
left us no choice, you stupid...
Come on, Dad, control yourself, please.
Separate rooms. Locked doors. In my house. You will stay apart.
Just look at yourself, will you? Have you gone mad? You've never hit any of us before. And now what, you want to lock us up like animals? This is crazy, can't you see that?
I'm doing what needs to be done.
What, slapping George? Don't you ever touch her again. We don't need locks. We're adults. We love each other.
The new official Brookside magazine is available in the shops, priced £2.50.